Good morning, everyone, and welcome. So today we're talking with two of Wagor's top students, Olivia Wu from 901, who has won both the national and the city level awards in Mandarin and English speech contests, as well as Ella Sung from 801, who has taken first place in the Taichung City writing contest for 2 years in a row. So to start, could each of you just briefly introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm from 901 and I'm 15.
I'm Ella. I'm from 801. I'm 13.
All right. And for people who don't know, how long have each of you been here at Wagor?
Since kindergarten.
Since kindergarten. Okay.
I've been here since third grade.
Since third grade.
In elementary.
So for those of us who maybe don't know, how would you guys describe your personality in roughly a few words? Olivia, why don't you start?
Talkative, extroverted, and confident.
Excellent. Ella, how about you?
Emotional, overthinker, and kind of stubborn.
Okay, overthinking. Yeah, I can definitely relate with that. What is one way that you maybe combat like overthinking stuff? Like how would you get yourself out of that usually?
Snap out of it.
Snap out of it. That's good. All right. So maybe beyond the awards, what do you guys think is one of the most important lessons that you've learned from this experience? I'm sure that the journey isn't always super easy, but you definitely learned something valuable from this. Olivia, let's start with you. So preparing for like the national Mandarin speech contest or Ella, your writing contests, what are some challenges that you guys faced?
We have this training every Wednesday and Friday for the representatives of Taichung City to like gather together, and we do like a little training session for the entire day, right? And it's usually really tiring and really stressful, and the teachers would literally criticize everything you say. Not because they think you're bad, they want you to be better, of course, to win the top award in Taichung. So I was once super stressed to a point that I would cry over nothing in my life, and literally just when I'm talking to my friends, and then sometimes I would just break down. But I think that's a process, and it's definitely a memory to behold. And you know, I don't think I get to experience this much often. So
that criticism or that direct saying.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, no, that is true. Ella, how about you? I know that the writing format is usually different from speech contests, but it's also something that comes naturally to you. So what was one challenge that you feel you faced and one thing that maybe helped you grow?
Definitely learned more about time management because I've got the homework that is assigned daily, like the normal homework and the competition homework. So I have to make time for both of them, and every day I've got to do an assignment. So the story assignment takes about an hour or more. So I try not to stay up late, but yeah, I have to squeeze a lot of time through.
Is that 1 hour every day or is it like every week?
An hour every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. In addition to your usual high school homework, which is also quite a lot. Yeah, that is actually inspiring. I think like time management is definitely, it's like these small things that we learn from the competition, not the awards or the people there, but like the side benefits of that. That's also very important. Now, I heard that both of you, well, I know that both of you enjoy writing stories and creating characters and those kind of things. Where do you get the inspiration for these creations or for these characters? Ella, if we can start with you.
Well, they just pop up in my mind, or sometimes when I'm feeling something specifically or in some sort of situation, then I think about if I have this character that I am in now. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Like what would that character do in that situation?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think that this just happens organically for you? Like that just basically it's like a reflex?
No, I just sometimes randomly, I just think about it.
Okay. And I know you just explained about like the homework being a lot and those kind of things, but do you ever find yourself just in your free time on a weekend just writing these stories or these characters out?
Of course, I have.
Yeah, fantastic. Olivia, how about you?
I normally, because I love music, right? I normally get inspirations from musics, and then sometimes I get the scenario first, and then I get the characters. So, for example, when I'm listening to a song, and then the scenario, this lyrics is talking about it really triggers me. And I feel something, I'd be like, oh, this could be something. So I'd be writing it down. And then now to finish the story and to make the entire scenario complete, I would add characters. So I think my characters aren't as, like as exquisitely designed as Ella's. Well, mine is just, I would describe their outlook, like their faces and looks briefly, and then just bring it over.
Yeah, no, there's definitely like a design thing from both of you, but I think for someone it maybe just happens organically. Other people, they have this idea or spark, but they have to like continuously work on that. I think that's very cool. So if we come back to English, many people sometimes wonder, myself included, when I started in Wagor, why are some students very good at English? Why are some students maybe have a good command, but not like the native kind of level? You two, for me, seem to have a very native level command of English. How did that happen? Because that is something that I've been wondering about.
My way of learning English, for starters, I don't know how I learned English.
Okay.
I actually don't know.
Take us through that.
Because I started off listening to the alphabet song, stuff like that. I never learned phonics. I just know how that works. And I don't know, in one way you could say it's gifted, but that'll be too, arrogant and stuff. But
no, not arrogant, just maybe too simplified.
Too simplified. But I would say I bring English into my life. Instead of learning it, I use it. And then at the same time, I'm learning.
Could you give us maybe 3 ways? Like, how do you bring English into your life? Because I think like that immersion is very good. Yeah.
We're tech kids. We have 3 Cs like everywhere. So I set my phones and my iPads and my laptops into like English settings.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is I listen to a lot of English songs. And then the third thing is probably my speech contests, because I have to write my own scripts and I have to like discuss with the teachers and make the script better to make it smooth.
Ella, how about you? How do you consider that?
I barely remember how I learned English because I started in kindergarten at Wagor. Like, it's mostly, like almost entirely all ESL, so we had to switch to English entirely, and if we speak Chinese, that's against the rules. So
okay. So you guys didn't have any Chinese classes?
Yes, we have some, but not much.
Not many. Okay. Yeah. So that is like an English environment, but then I know, sometimes people, what they learn in school is not their interest. So how did you, do you think that maybe you had a differing interest and you tried to do that in a way that worked for you?
Well, kindergarten's fun, so that's not too important, but maybe I like reading novels, so English novels are interesting and they're different from the Chinese ones. So yeah, I like reading English novels.
Would you say in your lifetime up until now, you've read more English novels or Chinese novels? If you can guess.
Probably English.
Probably English. Okay. Yeah. But I think that's also a good thing. And I know like, for example, parenting, that can also help. Like your parents can be a good influence. How much of this do you think was from your parents or just from your own interest?
Well, I think my mom definitely built up a really good foundation for me. She's my first speech coach. I think my mom is definitely a really good source. And my dad is really supportive too when I'm like preparing for the Mandarin speech contest.
Shout out to mom and dad. Ella, how about you? I had this idea that maybe your parents were like academics or very like high up English people. I don't know. But how much of that do you think was from them versus just from you?
Well, before kindergarten or during kindergarten, I don't really remember, but my mom used to like borrow books from her school. She was a teacher, so she would borrow the English books, like easy English books to difficult, both of them. And so she will borrow them and I'll read them. Yeah, I think that helped a lot. And yeah, Dad was also supportive.
So now here at Wagor, you have ESL classes, maybe not as many as you had in elementary school, but who is your favorite ESL teacher right now? And what do you think makes their class enjoyable? Obviously, there's different subjects. What do you guys think?
My favorite teacher till now, he is a previous teacher. He used to be my reading teacher. His name is L. He's really humorous, first of all, and his classes aren't dry. I hate dry classes, like when the teacher's just talking and lecturing all the time.
One-way kind of classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like they're just giving you information like one way and they don't accept your feedback. I don't like that. So I think he definitely gave me a really fun time at school. And he was also my speech coach when I was doing the Taichung City English speech contest. He did a really great job on the stages and, walking in the speech.
Yeah, directing you and kind of like giving you advices and tips. Yeah, I think those teachers make an impression. Yeah. Ella, do you think you have any favorite ESL teacher?
My favorite ESL teacher, he also left, Teacher Adam, is I like him because I don't really know because he has the quiet but somehow interesting vibe. So I think that it resonates with me. And I like his classes because I like this person. So automatically his classes are interesting.
For sure, yeah. And it doesn't have to be like super expressive or loud. It's just something that you enjoy. So what do you think was one of the biggest challenges maybe that you faced?
The biggest challenge is probably like in academics and like the scores and the grades and stuff like that. We have the pressure from scholarships and I have to maintain my score at a certain point. And also we have 3 exams in one semester, followed by the 2 ESL exams and 2 SFL exams.
Sure. Ella, if I can ask you, what do you think was one big change that you noticed in yourself from the beginning of maybe junior high school up until now?
I definitely speak more and am more outgoing. I'm still introverted, but I talk to unfamiliar people more. Like I really speak to them, not a yes or no simple answer.
Actual conversation with them. Olivia, can you tell us maybe what is the biggest change that you've noticed in yourself since starting junior high school up until now?
I can talk more to people right now. I don't mean that I'm more extroverted. I'm always extroverted, but when I was in elementary school, maybe it's because of the lack of growth and like seeing things when I was in elementary. Even though it's like only a 1-year difference from elementary till junior high school, but I feel like the more that I experience and like the more that I grow like in junior high school, the more that I can talk to people and like go into like deep convos. I think that's a really big change in me. I don't used to like sit down and just talk to people for like 1 hour when I was in elementary.
Yeah. And you can definitely broaden your horizons by these experiences. Yeah, absolutely. Ella, how about you?
I mean, Wagor is not a place that puts too much pressure on someone, so I don't think that's too much to handle. Like, you can thrive in different places. Like, it provides an opportunity in different stages, and you can thrive in your own way. Like, you don't feel pressure to do something that you don't entirely want.
Okay, so there's like different areas that people can thrive in, is what you're saying. So, for example, someone who is very strong in sports but not strong academically, they also have a place here. Yeah, and someone who is very like strong academically but not so good in sports and culture, they can also, Let's separate it into junior high first. What is something you want to achieve before your time at junior high is coming to an end?
Probably achieved the stuff that I want to achieve in junior high school. I've gotten a national award and a city award. I think that's I'm really proud of myself at least. But for the bigger goal, I've always wanted to go to this school in America, UCLA.
Okay.
And it's a school for culture and arts and stuff like that. I think it could really be a stage for me. I'm trying to achieve more so that I can, get closer to that place.
Great. That's a good goal. Ella, how about you? You maybe have one more year than Ella in junior high. What is one of your goals?
I think in junior high, one of my goals is to like enter as much competitions or something as possible, because I think in elementary school I didn't participate too much in extracurricular activities because I always focused on academics mostly. So I want to like pour myself into different stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. If you have a message for like Taiwanese youth, just like young people in Taiwan specifically, not America or something, just in
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think this only happens in Taiwan. Teenagers from all around the world. I've seen a lot of teenagers our age who are just, they think they're being cool and being compact and being indifferent and, nonchalant.
Yeah.
They're being, I see more colder sides of this world, because now, like, teenagers, and not only teenagers, maybe people too, they're more indifferent towards each other
and towards issues and
yes
things.
yes and like towards political things and topics in Taiwan or like internationally, they would just be like, oh, it won't affect me, why would I care? Like in Gaza and in other places in this world, like war is still happening, but people in Taiwan, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna fight for that, so why would I care? But I think the most important thing is to still have that warmth and that care for this world.
Yeah, and a conscience.
Yeah, like you have to have like a consciousness about what's happening around the world, and like to care is like to like like to care for the people, to have that warmth that you supposed to have. Because now that technology and all that stuff is going on, people are getting colder and like texts, and you text people through your phone instead of actually speaking to them. Teenagers are more afraid to talk, and I think that's an issue.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think it's like technology makes our lives easier, but in my opinion, it also makes it too easy. So we kind of like, we get too much dopamine from these things, and we don't really know what real happiness and connection is. So it's a tool, but it's something we should be wary of. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ella, how about you?
I also think that the warmth is the most important in us, because that's what makes us human. And well, we don't have to do big things like politics or something like that, but like just people to people, I think we can talk more, smile more, because sometimes on the streets, then we just walk past. It's just a bustling, like, it's like watching through a video and you see people walking like this and no one even makes eye contact or something.
It's like an anthill. Just zoom into that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's very, very, it's very pertinent, because like for me, I come from a kind of a smaller town than Taichung. So it's like people are usually, just because of the fact that there are not so many people there, people are friendly and they greet each other and there's like small talk. But as long as you move into like a big city, it's just people's lives become so busy. So I think, we should not forget our humanity, is what you're saying.
Yes,
absolutely. I think that's a very, very good point to wrap on. So that was Ella and Olivia. So thank you guys for coming in today and sharing your insight.
Thank you.
Cool.